Hashem. Today we'll be learning Daf Chof Ches Amud Aleph, which is starting Torah Chof. It's the third parak of a Sefer Tznusa. So we're going to go over the Torah and then we're going to touch it into the Maimer of the Sefer Tznusa. The Rebbe says there's a neshama in this world, that through that neshama, biurei Torah and perushim of the Torah and the Skala. And this neshama is Soivel Yisurim. And anyone who wants to be Mefarish Torah, say any Pshat in Torah, has to be Mukabel, their parish and their Pshat from this Neshama. Now, since it's impossible to be Mukabel only from this Neshama, her words are Chale Eish. Like it says, Haloi Koi Devara Ke'esh. And when this neshama falls away from Devarei Keish, then the Diburei Torah from this neshama cool off. And it's nostalgic. This neshama is nostalgic. And then, since everyone was makabel the Biurei Torah from this neshama, then it becomes difficult for anyone else. And everyone else is unable to be makabel Biurei Torah. So that causes machlekes and tzaddikim. Because Biurei Torah and Perushim are the answer to machlekes. Someone is chaylik on a tzaddik, and he has a pshat in Torah, that's like the answer for the machlekes. And there's no perushim in Torah, then it's goyim misunderstandings, it's goyim machlekes. So that's pshat, the pasuk midbar tzin. Tzin is mitzunan, be cooled off. And that's where Miriam was nifter, in midbar tzin. Miriam is the neshama, which in her schus, we're zeichet to berish of Miriam, to the water, which water Klal Yisrael, and that water is the waters of Torah. And it's schus of Miriam, of that neshama, that's how we're zeichet to Be'irei Torah. And the Mei Meriva, the Yorav Ha'amim Moshe, started after Miriam was nifter, after that neshama, then her schus, the Be'irei Torah, the Mayim Shel Torah, came out. So that's why the Mefarish Torah called Miriam, a Moira, because they are Moira, and also the Kabul from Miriam for this neshama, and is Mesuvelas B'Yisurim, and that's why she's Mora. There's also Moira's Miriam because Talmidu Yasmei Kulam. So somebody wants to be Mamshich Torah from this neshama, who's a neshama of Gachale Eish, then he has to also be Mamshich Diburim Chamim Gachale Eish from the Lev HaElyon. Lev HaElyon is called Tzur Levavi, which means a person has to daven before you want to be Mamshich, Pirushim, and Biurim and Torah. You have to daven in the oifen of the Chale Eish, of Eslaivus and Chamimus. Why? In order to be Mamshich Rachamim from the Lev. The Ikar Rachamim is Belev. And you're Mamshich from the Lev HaElyon, from the Tzur Levavi. That's where you're Mamshich, the Biurei Torah. That's the Sela, that the Biurei Torah of Miriam, that the Mayim, that the Berish of Miriam came out from the Sela, from the Tzur. Pasach Tzur v'yizuv Mayim. And that's the Lev, the Tzur Levavi, the Tzur, the Sela, Tzur HaLev. And when the Lev is Nichma B'Rachmim, because a person davens B'Chamimus HaLev, then that's how you mamshich biurei Torah from that Lev. Cham libi b'kirbi b'agigi t'va'esh, dibarti b'leshoni. This Lev, this Sela, all the Diburei Torah are in this Lev. Chosefei me'luach libecha. And through Tefillah and Bakashas, Berachamim, that's how we're mamshich biurei Torah from this Lev. That's why every person before he wants to be Mamshich B'Yirei Torah, every person before he speaks and is Maz B'Yirei Torah, first thing you have to do is Lishbech Tivasa L'fnei Hashem Yisbarach, in order to be Ma'oyer, that Lev HaElyon, in order to be Mamshich from this Lev HaElyon, from this Tzur Levavi, to be Mamshich Deburim Gachale Eish, and then you could start being Maz B'Torah, being Mevarei Torah. Now, there's a difference whether you're trying to learn and be Mefarish Torah between you and yourself, or whether you're being Masbir Torah for other people. Because so when the person is being Mevar Torah, which he wants to teach Berabim, then it's not enough just to daven before. like any time you want to be mamshich b'yor Torah. You have to be makasher yourself together with all the people who are coming to hear your Torah, and coming to hear you explain Torah, and together being makasher all in the shamas. Then you're sheifich sicha of the Hashem Yisbarach, and then in kelkaber layimas the Hashem is not memayis b'tfilas rabbim. But tfilas yochid efshar shemasim meyasim b'tfilasai. And then that's what the Pshat Pasuk that Hashem told Moshe when he wanted to be mamshich mayim from the selah v'dibarta el selah le'eineihem. It's not enough to be mamshich water from the selah. If you're doing it for the whole Klal Yisrael, if you're doing it for a tzibur, then it has to be le'eineihem. You have to be makash yourself and be mamshich the Torah in front of them, together with the tzibur. Memela, that's the difference between somebody who learns Torah from a sefer and someone who comes to hear a tzaddik be mavar Torah, because when you come to hear from a tzaddik, then when he was preparing to say the Torah, then he davened and he took you and he was makasher with you when he davened before he was mamshech the Torah. A sefer doesn't necessarily mean that he was miskasher with you b'shas he was preparing the Torah. Mashenke, when a person comes to hear Torah, that means he took the Torah. He took all the neshamas of all the people who are coming to hear his Torah, and he's miskasher with them in order to be mamshech that Torah. That's what, and the Torah comes out from a tefillah of a lot of nefashos biyachad, and that's at a kodesh yeshiv tefillas Yisrael. Now another thing is that all the people that come to hear Torah from the b'shas the drush, through the tefillah that the tzaddik at the mavar and who's mavar the Torah before, he's machnia the ra of all the people who come to hear Torah from him. That's the mate that Kadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe, kachas amate v'hakel se'eda. Kadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe that you should take your mate. What's a mate? Is a staff. A staff is in the memshala, that mate uzay. That through that you should take that mate uzay, and which means the memshal of the tzaddik, the koyach of the tzaddik. Has a tzaddik have koyach through all his ma'odik avodas Hashem, and the yigiyah which you put into avodas Hashem till now, and that's how he's zeichet his mate uzay, to his memshala and to his malchus, and take that with you and use that to be machnia the ra of the people who came to hear your Torah, and that's Redei B'Kerva Yevecha, Mat Uzcha Yishach Hashem Etzion. But that's only in order to be machnia the ra of the people who come to hear the Torah. But to mamshich the biurei Torah itself, Hashem said dibata la sala. Don't use the mate. That's shivchi kamayim libech noichach pnei Hashem. That's the pnei Hashem is vadata pnei zokein. Zokein is hadras panim, and that's the biurei Torah. That's the hadras panim is the hadras panim is a beard. There are Yud Gimel Tikkunim of a beard brought down in Zohar, 13 points of a beard, which are connected the 13 points of Yud Gimel Midas Sharachimim and Yud Gimel Midas Shatar Nidashes Behem. That through the Shivche Kamayim Libech Zeichet Pnei Hashem. That means you have to be Sheichet Tefillah Pnei Hashem before your Mamshich Miyur Torah, and that's what's brought down via Pnei Pneiim. By Meriva, it says that Moshe and Aaron Yipla Pneihem, that in order to be mamshech the biurei Torah from that panim. So when a person davens, when the person saying the drasha, the tzaddik saying the drasha is davening before a drush, then he has to daven only berachim v'sachnunim and not to use the mata ois. The mata ois of his avodas and his mitzvahs and ma'asim tovim is only in order to be machnia the ra of the people coming to listen to the drush. But in order to be mamshech the biurei Torah itself, then it's only berachim v'sachnunim, and he should not be told anything in his ma'asim. He's only asking the matnas chinam b'chesed the rachim v'sachnunim in order to be mamshech, the biurei Torah. Mr. Hashem, tomorrow we mamshech to talk about the memeriva and the way the tzaddik is mamshech the Torah. Thank you.